Hi and welcome to a brand new video. So today in this video, we are given two strings and they are in the form of a plus bi or real plus imaginary I, where r is the real part and I is the imaginary part. This is just a regular math complex number. And given these two complex numbers, we need to return a string of their multiplication. So basically a calculator you can use for math once we're done. So in order to do this, you can actually notice that even if the number is negative, there's still the plus sign. And that means we can utilize this really well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a string array 1 where it's equal to num1 dot split, and in order to split by a plus sign you have to do these two front slashes in front of it in order to indicate a special key that's not just like 1 or A or B. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for num2. The reason we're splitting it is because we have no idea where this is in the string, because this could have a negative or this could be positive. And instead of doing the checks for that, we can just split it. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to have to take this number, this number, this number, and this number. So basically all the four constants without the I in it. So that's also pretty simple. We just say int a is going to be integer.parseInt array of 1. And the reason we are creating variables for these is so that we don't have to keep we don't have to keep integer.parseInt because that will take up a lot more time than just declaring them once, especially because we need to call each one of them multiple times. So don't forget to do the substring of the array of 1 because it has the I in it, right? So you need to remove that by basically doing a substring of everything but that 1. So I'm just gonna duplicate these codes at this piece of code, and I'm just going to turn these to C and D and change these to array of 2. So now we have the four constants and the substring allowed us to remove the I. All we need to do is return a mathematical expression. So it's basically going to be something here plus a plus sign plus something here plus I. So what are in these somethings here? Well, first let's take a look at this I multiplication. If we have 1 plus I and we have 1 plus I, then the real part is equal to 1 times 1 plus negative 1 times the 1 times 1 here. And the reason it's negative 1 is because I squared is negative 1. And then the imaginary part is basically just 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1. So to put it simply, let's actually just put these in the variables that we created. So that means that the real part is going to be A times B plus negative 1 times C times D. And the imaginary part is going to be A times D plus B times C. So we can use this here, so we can just basically copy this over here, and we can copy this over here, and we can just run the code. So as you can see, we get some sort of error, and it says for input string this, there is an error at line 8. All right, so what we're going to do actually is that I accidentally just messed up these it is actually the other way, and that should probably be expected because escape characters are also backslashes. And now, as you can see, we get the exact same answers as what we had in the notepad. So hopefully this was helpful, and see you in the next video.